Hey, hey, everybody. It's Eddie from Tokyo, and I have a very special guest. This is somebody who I have known for a couple of years. We actually were lucky to meet face to face when Ali came to Tokyo during the XRP Meetup, and we have kept in touch, of course, on Twitter. The Twitter sphere is a really good place to hang out if you are looking to communicate with the XRP community. Anyway, Ali is down under, and she, being in Australia, is an instrumental part of how that community is getting to reach out into becoming an army all on its own. And she recently had an XRP meetup, and I knew this was going on, and I think it just occurred within the last week or two. And I asked her to please be on the channel so that we could hear about it, also learn from her what worked, what didn't, because I think as we move back into our normal lives and we're able to do these meetups face to face, I think what she learned, what she did is going to be very valuable. And plus, it just gives me a good excuse to talk to Ali again. So Ali, welcome. Yeah, please just tell everyone a little bit about yourself so people know who Ali is.
Okay, well, yeah, my name's Ali. Thank you, Eddie, for having me on. This is my first stream with any YouTuber, so a bit nerve-wracking, especially to be on your channel. Yeah, we've known each other for a couple of years, but my story started back in 2017 when I got one of those dreaded emails with a cyber locker and wanting 605 Bitcoin to release it. So that was a bit of a tragic story of mine, which is where I came across knowing about Bitcoin, because I didn't know anything about Bitcoin when they were asking for it. So once I got my computer sorted, I didn't pay them the 605 Bitcoin because I will not fuel these people to continue on doing this to people. It cost me more money to rebuild my computer, but I got it sorted. So that was my introduction into the crypto world. Mm-hmm. So after that, I dived deep into it to find out what it was because it intrigued me a lot. It wasn't long after that that I came across XRP. And that one was where I ended up in the XRP community back in 2018. So,
yeah, I think that's for those who really research, very often that's where you land because of the use case, because of so many wonderful things about the XRP Ledger, right? Just not able to be part of the bridge for remittances, but its use case is now really expanding. Yep. So you got together a whole lot of people in Australia.
We did. And, you know, one of the biggest things that I've found in this space is meeting people that are like-minded, that are invested in cryptocurrency. I've driven my family mad, like everybody in this space. And I've got some funny stories about that, but we won't get into that. I think everyone has their funny stories about how they've driven their family mad with it. So to find someone that you can talk to until the cows come home about crypto is so comforting, and it feels so comfortable for me. So it's missing a lot, you know, in our everyday lives. So my, you know, thought on just wanting to meet other people in my area and that are local, that we can bounce off and discuss, you know, about cryptocurrencies and how to manage them and how to do certain things is just a great thing to have. And so I thought, well, let's have a meetup, you know, let's see if we can get some people together. We had some dramas along the way, COVID, So we went into lockdown in Queensland at the beginning of August. Restrictions came in, and of course, it was all on hold. We weren't sure whether we were going to be able to proceed with it. We came out of lockdown, I think, around the 10th of August or around that time. And so we were able to get things back on track. It cost me a lot of time. So because I actually thought that we may have been extending lockdown. I had very, glim hopes on proceeding with it. But once lockdown was lifted in Queensland, because I had so much organised, we said, let's roll, let's go with it. Everyone's organised for the 21st of August. So it cost us a little bit of organisation and time, but we proceeded with it, and we still had a really good turnout. We would have liked to have gotten more people, and there was a lot more people inquiring into it, but we were restricted by numbers. And so it worked out good to do our first one with the limited numbers, just so I could get my feet wet. And it was great.
So how long, when people, did you rent a location, or what did you choose to be your venue?
So we chose one of the beautiful 5-star resorts on the Sunshine Coast. They had an amazing conference room. We rented that out. We had SwiftX come on board to be our major sponsor. That's an Australian trading platform here. Them guys were fantastic. Whatever I wanted, they helped me with. They were really, really good. And so they paid for the room and paid for the food that was supplied for all of our guests that came. And we just did our thing.
How long of a duration from start to finish did it go?
We had 2 hours. Like I say, we had a couple of, IT problems with one of our speakers. So we did lose a little bit of time. We did keep it to the 2 hours, but we could have gone a little bit longer had we had not lost a bit of time on some IT issues. They weren't mine. But we ended up getting him sorted out. It wasn't ideal for him to do his talk on, but we got him going, and it turned out okay in the end.
I know that Notorious did a video for you. He shared with me on my direct message a great video that he did, and had different people from the community speaking on it. Did the audience, are they familiar with those people on Twitter? Are they Twitter people themselves?
Yeah, so quite a few people that came are from Twitter, so it resonated with them. They were very familiar with you and with Notorious, but the people that were not familiar with you, the message that came across was absolutely fantastic. They loved it. They absolutely loved it. It was.
Gave them a peek into a whole new world.
It did. It made them realize the support and the community that we have out there. I even think we've got some new Twitter community people coming on board. You probably may have got, a couple new subscribers on YouTube, because they absolutely loved it. And to see that, we had that response from you and from Notorious, it was fantastic. It was, words can't even describe how great it was.
Australia is always in the top 4. It's US, Canada, UK, Netherlands, and Australia. And I know that's 5, but always within that 5, because it's constantly shifting around. Australia is always one of those top 4. So I know that the amount of crypto adoption, I think, is I would say pretty good in Australia.
Definitely. You can walk around the streets and ask people what crypto is, and a lot of them will say they know, or they have. I think it's 1 in 5 Australians are now invested. Yeah.
And within the people who came, they probably have maybe XRP and other crypto too. What are you finding? What are you finding as being some of the popular other tokens, projects that people are interested in?
Three main ones: Bitcoin, ETH, and XRP. But people are definitely into the DeFi space and the NFT. They're the main ones that people were discussing and wanting to know about. Custodial is a big issue for people, how to move it onto cold storage. A lot of our people that came were newbies, and I find that we need more support for those newbies coming in that need to learn what to do and how to do it and where to move it. And so we learn a lot from our meetup. We learned where, you know, people are needing more assistance, and that's where I want to go with this, is helping people, you know, how to hold it, how to move it, and how to keep it safe.
It's that onboarding process, isn't it?
Definitely. It's nerve-wracking for people. You make one little mistake and it's a problem for them. So, you know, having the SwiftX boys there talking with people and, you know, helping them with that kind of information was fantastic.
So how do you think what do you think the best format is to onboard people? I mean, is it, you know, it takes a little bit of hand-holding in the beginning. What do you think the best way is?
Well, we're lucky here in Australia with these two platforms, and there are other ones, but the main ones that I use are CoinSpot and SwiftX. They are so user-friendly that it makes it very, very easy for Australians to invest. But where they get nervous is moving it off the exchange and into cold storage. And that's a big more, you know, work for them to do, and not leaving it on the exchange, because both of them do highly recommend that you do move it off into cold storage. But user-friendly interface on both of those platforms is fantastic.
What are you using for your cold storage?
Ledger.
Are you?
Yep. I've got my Ledger, but I've had that for years now. I moved it off right back at the beginning, and it was so nerve-wracking. Setting it up, making sure that I've got everything right, and then the actual transaction.
Yeah, I think when you move anything, I still even only move just a few in order to, I just bought something recently and I had to convert it into another crypto in order, because it didn't have the pair I needed. And I still found myself just sending like a very tiny amount to make sure that I had the.
I do that.
Yeah, I think that's.
You have the address correct.
It's an extra step, but I think it's really important to always do. Always do. Yeah.
Definitely.
So now
but we had.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you're right. So a couple of the people we had, Annalise. Yes.
But doesn't she live?
She's Sydney.
She's in Sydney. How come
she's in Sydney?
How come I thought she was in Scandinavia?
No, she's in Sydney. This is Annalise in the zoo.
Yeah. I was thinking, don't ask me why. Oh, that's Anna. She is in Sweden, I think, or Norway. Okay, yeah. Annalise, she just changed her profile pic like 2 days ago. I saw it. It's really cute, really beautiful.
So she's been up from Sydney. So she's actually a New South Wales girl. They're hard lockdown down there. She's been out of New South Wales for a while. She's waiting for borders to open so that she can go home. But I've had so much fun keeping in touch with her while she's been in Queensland, and also Lorene. And Lorene, I can see, is heavily getting into her NFT with her artwork. She's got some beautiful artwork there on NFT for sale. So she's definitely getting into that space and doing really, really well. Matt LaRoche came.
Of course, yeah.
It was great meeting him finally. And so there was Kool-Aid's 273 and J-Man. He was here too. So we had quite a few members that came. It was just fantastic to finally meet them and share some stories and catch up.
Yeah, if it was anything like the time that I had spent with you in Tokyo, it does give this really deep connection with people who you don't have any idea who they are, and they're from totally different backgrounds and walks of life, but the crypto connection is so special. Everybody has this I think amazing friendship from the get-go, from the start.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And we had a $200 Bitcoin giveaway,
Mhm.
and you wouldn't believe it, we had one of the little kids win it. And that was fantastic because we thought, well, there's her little superannuation starting at such a young age. So it was good. Yeah, they enjoyed it.
Tuck it
The
away.
kids loved it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I was just playing with the Bifrost wallet today, and there is a section on there that says collectibles coming soon. So I have a feeling that's their connection into the NFT world. My guess. And so this is going to be really still coming on very strong and evolving and changing. And I can't wait to see how we're just getting there. You know, we haven't gotten there yet in terms of what it's going to do for this space. I think we're just beginning.
Definitely. I think it's going to be a world that opens up like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Walking into that, room with all the chocolate will be what's going to be available to us in the near future.
Yeah, I heard an interview with David Schwartz where he says you can imagine a world where you might have an NFT and put it up for collateral to let somebody else borrow off it. I mean, the financial instruments that are going to come off of this just alone, forget the fact that you're able to produce those ongoing royalties to the rights of the image for the artist for the lifetime. That's just mind-blowing. On the secondary market, the artist still is going to be able to benefit from any time that NFT changes hands. It's just, we're just scratching the surface.
The door is only just peeking open.
Yeah.
Once it's wide open, it's going to be fantastic. For people that have been done in the past, not being paid for their content, it's just going to music, movies, videos,
poems, everything, anything on the creation, on the creative side. And the digital art now, I mean, the programs and software that are out there that people are creating. Wow, I'm just now starting to understand how sophisticated those tools are becoming.
Definitely.
Really quite amazing. The
Very exciting.
The 888, they call it was it the one world or the world or the world of, what is it? 888, the world? Well, the NFT platform that is collaborating with Gala Games, and then they're going to also be launching on Flare. It looks like,
it up for you.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is. 888, I think it's 888, the world, right? The world? I just can't remember, but they are working hard on coming to the space with a really cool and creative way that is being displayed. What is it? 888?
The new world.
A new world. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they have some unbelievable talent behind this project, and I really do think it's gonna eclipse many of those sites out there that just basically show it off in a set kind of template frame. And yeah, you can click on it and it enlarges, but I think they're going to bring a whole new element into the way it's displayed. I've just been kind of paying attention to what the small talk that's going on in some of the there's a Discord that I listen to and some of the tweets that I'm following. I'm excited to see what they're doing.
I'm excited on the DeFi side of things. I'm also excited for you know, being a hotel manager. You know, I'm looking forward to a decentralized booking platform. Traveler
like that now.
No, not a one-stop super shop for us hotels. We need identification, security for the person that's booking. We need of course, the payment, you know, platform that's faultless payments, and of course, you know, everything needs to tick the boxes in line up with the platform where we can load all of our apartments online and you know, there's my mind runs wild on, you know, what I could create, but of course I'm not that way inclined. I would actually need someone to help me, but there's definitely you know, a market there that we need in hotel management. Accommodation industry.
So it sounds like it's really fragmented. You've got all these different verticals that you have to access to make the whole experience complete.
I think that once we get people's identity and security sorted out on say, you know, a platform like a token, maybe like Key, they can maybe partnership with someone that can have the technology like XRP with payments, you know, and that can be then utilized in it. And then of course the platform that would then we would be able to load on all of our hotel accommodation, so that when these bookings come through, we've got legitimate people that have already passed our security, you know,
the global
and the payment that's, you know, not going to be questioned later on. We have a lot of issues in our industry where people will, you know, book an apartment in one name and then do like a what do they call it, a chargeback, saying that they never booked accommodation because it was done in a different name. So there's a huge if you would not believe how much the accommodation industry gets done out of money in that one fact. So it'd be good to have someone come up with something like that. I'm looking forward to it. I keep watching out for it.
Well, I think that when you understand an industry like you do, which is the hotel management and everything else, all the ancillary products that go with it, you should just maybe seek out some developers who are looking to work on a project. And I think there's a lot of people who are looking for a lead of a team that knows what problem to solve, and then
it sounds like something that can be built on the XRP Ledger.
Yeah, well, why not? I mean, or even if it's not the XRP Ledger, it could be done on a side chain.
Yeah,
or I mean, there's just, you know, it's just becoming, we're getting into the world too now of this intercross chains where we're able to, you know, there's so much bridging going on now between different chains that this chain can be used for this because it's really excellent to do a smart contract, yet you can bridge over to XRP Ledger that can process the payment. And if you will need to do, this is where it's going, is this interoperability within the different protocols, and it makes it pretty exciting. I think it just brings more solutions to the table, like you said, within one platform.
Yeah. And there's so many solutions that need to be created, and not just with the accommodation industry, with a lot of industries, where you can have peace of mind with knowing who's booking and the payment that's coming through.
Well, it sounds like it's going back to what Greg Kidd is trying to solve with Global ID. And there's a lot of other similar projects out there. So if I got back to the meetup, if anyone's thinking about doing a meetup in their city, what is it you would warn them against? Like, don't do this. You and I talked a little bit about the privacy ahead of time. Some people were feeling hesitant about giving a name for a registry.
That was an issue for some people, where they were reaching out to me, and when I would email them that maybe they didn't feel comfortable, in that regard. So I did find the Meetup platform where you register your group, and then you can create a meetup, schedule a meetup, and that way it's where people can register on that group, and then they can RSVP and acknowledge that they would like to come to that. It was a great way of keeping numbers, especially when we had restrictions of numbers, and it was keeping their privacy, and acknowledging to me that they themselves were coming, and they could add 2 friends. They could be like +2 or +3, whatever you nominated that they could bring with them. As far as the meetup that I organised, and not to put tickets on myself or anything, but I was really happy with what I had organised. The support that I received just made it really, really good. We did, like I said, we did have some IT issues. That was sort of not something we had any control over at the time, other than that the gentleman that was speaking had technology that just would not adapt to the conference room technology, that we just couldn't get it linked. So in the end, we ended up using my equipment, and he was able to do his speech, but that was something that we really could not have foreseen that was going to happen. So other than that, everything just went off really well. We did run out a little bit of time. It would have been nice to have got back that time that we lost in trying to work out the glitch, but other than that, you can't really foresee things that go wrong like that. I kept it really simple, and that was basically an introduction to what we were going to do. We had some key speakers, just in giving everyone, like we had this guest speaker from SwiftX. He ran through, their services and how they work. Next time, I'd probably, have spoken to the team at SwiftX that it would be good for their team to sort of mingle more in around and talk to people about navigating the platform, not just about what they offer. And then I had another guest speaker on what is crypto, and that's where we had a little bit of drama, but it worked out okay. We had a Q&A, and of course we had your message and Notorious's message, and it was really good. Everyone that has contacted me said that they thoroughly enjoyed it, and they're looking forward to the next one.
What day of the week did you choose? You said a 21st, so you chose a Saturday.
Saturday. Yes, Saturday at 2 p.m, because we thought if we end up, sort of staying on and talking afterwards and maybe having an Asahi or 5. That we had the opportunity to do that, and we only had Sunday to worry about, the next day. So Saturday afternoon was a good day to choose to have it for that reason. So other than that, I probably am going to maybe change it.
Your mic got hit for mute. There you go.
I had a call come in, sorry. Yeah, I am going to change it up a little bit, and which will be quite exciting, but I'm going to keep that one a little bit of a secret for now.
Oh.
Won't be too far in the future for the next one.
Well, I did attend a virtual one that took place in the Netherlands, and that was interesting. Where they were able to stream me in live. That was fun. But I'm looking forward to the day where we could all go back to having these in-person meetups again. Yeah,
definitely.
And so
definitely, so am I.
And I just wanted to touch base to hear the recap, the summary of what you had done. Yeah, and I'm glad. It sounds like you want to do it again. So that's really, really good.
Definitely, we'll be doing it again. Yeah, I've got some big plans for the next one. It'll be different to this one, but it'll be watch this space.
Well, I'm going to pay attention. And if things do get a little bit easier to travel,
yes,
I would love to come down and see you again in person. That would be really, really fun. So,
definitely.
Ali, thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate
Thank you for having me.
Time. Yeah, of course. And I do hope that we have a chance to see each other soon. But I know I will be talking with you again on Twitter soon.
Definitely. Thanks,
All
Eddie.
right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.